Hello everyone, welcome to Northwest Arkansas and welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. I'm PJ. I raise commercial meat breed rabbits. I raise New Zealand's in black, blue, and broken, and I have silver fox in black and blue. And I hope to try to cross a few of those into my New Zealand's to come up with a broken silver fox breeding program over a few generations. Anyway, we recently had some silver fox babies. We have one litter. I've got 4 silver fox does. 3 of them were born on the wire and they were all lost. But I do have one surviving litter. And if you've been watching, it's Puff. She kindled 8. No, she kindled 11. 2 were DOA, and then there was a real tiny little peanut blue that I went ahead and removed. She has 1 blue left, and it's also really tiny, so I don't know if it's going to survive or not. So far, the guys are still hanging in there, but I wanted to go and show you these babies and give you a little update on how they're doing. So let's go ahead, go to the nest boxes and take a look. Alright, so here we go, and if you watch my Facebook, if you follow the Facebook page, then you know I went ahead and I left 4 of these babies with Mama, and these 4 are, you know, they're not as good as I would like to see them, but they're hanging in there. We have this little black one here. This one's good and strong, but now I would like to see more size and definitely more belly to this one, but you know, it's still strong, so it's getting fed just a little bit at least. If it can hang in there for a couple weeks, it can have some grain. Now this little one, this one's probably the healthiest of them all. This one is a fighter. He's a survivor, and I tell you what little milk little old Puff has, this booger right here is getting it. And then we have 2 more. We have one right here. This one's eating pretty good. It's got a good belly. You can see it's filled in. You can't see its skeleton. He's eating pretty good. And then this one is like the first one I showed you. This one is on the thin side. This one's a little hungry, but it's hanging in there. It's still got a little bit of strength left. I don't know how much longer this one's going to last, though, because it's growing weak. Not yet, but it's starting to grow a little weak. Right now it's still fighting. So hopefully we'll do. I'm still looking for alternatives, but so far, you know, we have 3 in here that I think is pretty promising. And that one, I don't know, if it doesn't start getting a little more milk, I'm not sure it's going to make it. Now on the bright side, Puffy's appetite has returned with a vengeance. She is eating me out of house and home right now, so that should get her weight up. I'm giving her sweet potatoes, which is a high caloric food, and hopefully that'll help her get her weight up as well. She's also getting oats, barley, and sunflower seeds, which would help with her milk production. So with her eating good, the temperatures are up, so the water's not frozen all the time. You know, I carry water out as often as I can, but I do have a day job, so I can't be at home taking water out every 2 hours. But I do take it out morning and night, and I do the best that I can with them. So they're doing, you know, with the water thawed out now, she's getting more water, more fluids. Her appetite has returned. She's getting the calories, and hopefully those oats will help get her milk production up. This has been going for 48 hours now, so hopefully real soon she's going to be able to manage to go ahead and raise these 4 kits. Now over here, you may remember Gouda had a litter actually the day after Puff did, and she had them all on the wire, and they were all lost. And so since she had fresh milk and colostrum, I went ahead and fostered 4 babies over to her. One of them, I think I'm missing one. There should be 4 in here. Alright, well, we'll hunt for it. Maybe it's tangled up. Alright, we got this one. This one is, you know, it's growing weak. You can see the spine. This one's not eating very well. Not eating very well. And then we have the blue. Now this blue was small to begin with, and honestly I'm surprised it's made it this long. It's like 4 days old. I probably should have called this one the same time that I called the other blue one, but I thought I would give it a chance. Unfortunately, it's not getting much of a chance. Alright, and then we have another little one here. And again, you know, you're starting to see its spine. It's still fighting, but it's beginning to get weak. And then we have one more in here. I see fur moving. Okay, it's in there somewhere. There it is. Boy, it was really... Now, when I picked up the box, this one was up in front in the wind. He is a little chilled. He is alive, and he is still moving. He is slow and weak right now, but I think that's because he got chilled. It is very windy today. It's almost 70 degrees, but that wind is nasty, which is why I came into the guest house today to do this video. That wind is blowing so hard, you would never hear me out there. So, you know, these guys, I'm not sure Gouda has taken on these babies, and you know, Puff is barely making it with the 4 she has. So I'm not confident I can give these 4 back to Puff. So I'm actually looking for some friends of mine in Arkansas. I'm checking around to see if anybody has some newborn kits and might be able to foster these 4. And maybe even the smaller one out of the ones with Puff. If I take them, you know, maybe call that blue one, and then give these, the 3 stronger ones, leave with Puff, and then these 4 smaller ones, maybe find a foster home for, I don't know. It's worth a try. Now let me show you Washita's babies. Okay, now check this out. These guys was born the same day that Puff had her babies. And now Puff has 8, and we've divided those between 4. And Washita has 4, or I'm sorry, 8. So equal size litter, born the same day, the same age. And look at these. Look at this beast. Look at that. This is, you know, 3 or 4 days old. They're getting their fur in now. They're staying nice and toasty with that fur. Now let me show you, you know, that's the black. All of these are, you know, comparable. There's another black. These guys like to wiggle. You know, there's 3 blacks and they're comparable in size. You know, they're uniform here so far. And look at this beast, a broken black, nice and big and full. So that's what do we got, 4 so far? Yeah. Right, now this one might be a little smaller. It's a blue. But definitely look at the size of that booger and the strength in that booger. Okay, so there's 5. Alright, look here. Look at those. Alright, this one right here is the smallest of the bunch, it looks like. It looks like we do have one, I wouldn't call it a weakling by any means. Okay, let's put these back in there. Alright, let me find that blue one. I know I put you in there. There he is. Okay, look at this. You know, this is the, I'm going to call the weakling. This is the smallest one of the bunch. This is the smallest one of Washita's. Now we're back over here at Puff's. Now don't get in there and get confused. All right, let's see. Let's find that big old black one. Where is he? There he is. There we go. There. Look at this. Look at the size difference. This is the smallest of Washitas, and this is the biggest and the healthiest of puffs. Look at the size difference at that. You want to compare the biggest one to that? There would be no comparison, would there? This booger wants back in a hole. Let's put him in the right hole. There we go. We'll put you back in there. All right. So Washita is doing a wonderful job. Right. So, like I've mentioned, I don't think Gouda is even trying to feed these babies out. If she is, she's just not getting it done. And I'm afraid I'm going to lose these guys. Now, normally I don't step in. And normally I just step back and say, this is Mother Nature. This is how things work. If they survive, they were meant to survive. And if they don't, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But for some reason, I want to intervene this time. I'm not sure. I guess because Puff was in such poor condition. Now, she was in great condition when I bred her. Don't get me wrong, I would never breed a rabbit that doesn't look healthy, like it could grow a litter and raise that litter. I would never do that. She was completely healthy and in great condition when I bred her. But immediately after breeding her, her condition started failing. And by the time she was 2.5, 3 weeks old and they started palpating and checking, I was pretty convinced she wasn't bred because she hadn't gained any weight. In fact, she had lost maybe a couple of ounces. And so I noticed her appetite had gone down. She wasn't eating the way she should. And so I was trying to give her some vitamins and some other supplements, and she just wasn't interested in them. And so about the time it was time to do nest box checks, to clean the cage and trim nails and do health checks on the mom and prepare them for having their babies. At that time I took another look at Puff, and she had continued to deteriorate, and at this point she was in really poor condition. And I thought, she weighed exactly the same that day, 29 days after I bred her, as she did the day I bred her. Weighed the exact same, but it was obvious from her belly she was pregnant, and she had a good sized litter in her. At that point I was very concerned for Puff. I really wasn't sure she was going to have the stamina and the strength to deliver her kids. So I that's nothing I could do about that but let her do what she does. Well, she did have the litter, as you know, and she survived, as you all know. But she is very thin, and I'm really concerned about her ability to feed 8 kits. So that's why I split them. I was hoping maybe she could take care of 4, and maybe Gouda would take care of the other 4. Well, Mom's doing an okay job at raising the 4 that she has, and I think now that her weight's coming back gradually and her appetite has increased, she's getting some vitamins, and she's getting some oats, and she's getting some calories, she's getting some good food in her, and she's eating it. I just think that it took 110% of her to develop this litter and to get them delivered. And now that she's got them out, she is now able to take care of herself. And so she's eating and she's drinking. And in just, a couple of days of this diet, she's still pretty thin, but she is a remarkable turnaround in just a couple of days of good nutrition, the interest in eating, and of course better weather so that she could stay warm. and hydrated. She's made a really good progress towards recovery, and so hopefully she'll continue that and get back up to her normal good condition. In the meantime, I'm looking for a foster mom for these 4 kids. I've reached out to a couple people that lives over in Rogers and Fayetteville, and in the city. If Arkansas has a city, that's going to be it. Little Rock or Fayetteville, that's it. Jonesboro maybe. Anyway, I've reached out to some fellow breeder friends of mine, and I'm hoping someone will get back to me and say, yes, they have some newborn kits, a couple small litters. I can take those babies in and foster them. So be sure to watch my Facebook page, and I will update you there whether we find a fill-in mama for these babies. I just don't think Puff is going to be able to handle 8, and Gouda is obviously not interested. So let's hope for the best. Down below, I'm going to leave some links. One will be to my Facebook page. That's where you can contact me with questions regarding rabbits, care of rabbits, or perhaps you're looking for a breeder. I can give you recommendations or any other rabbit-related questions. And then one will also be to my website, where you can find out what rabbits I have available and what shows I may be going to. I'm always happy to deliver any of my rabbits to any of the shows I attend at no charge. Thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless.